Hi, this is Priyanka Chopra and you're watching Channel Y.
The biggest South Asian media group, Y Media.
Y Media Group, established in 2001, is a media company with a 360-degree approach in reaching our audience over 5 platforms: television, radio, newspaper, online news portal, and mobile app.
Y Media has newspaper, midweek, radio, South Asian pop.
Hi, I'm Amitabh Bachchan and you're listening to South Asian Pulse.
Hi, this is Amir Khan and you're listening to South Asian Pulse.
अब हर दिन सुने GTA का नंबर 1 रेडियो स्टेशन FM 91.9
All English 24/7 television network and Y Media Plus.
You are watching Channel Y. Channel Y.
Prime Minister, welcome. It's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to be back.
Online, SouthAsianDaily.com. The biggest South Asian media group, Y Media.
Hello everyone, my name is Jadoo. I'm the group editor at Y Media. Y Media is covering this Ontario municipal elections and we are covering cities from Toronto, Brampton, Mississauga, Vaughan, Oakville and many other cities. One of the races which is going to be very interesting this time is the Brampton's race for the mayor of Brampton. And today we have the incumbent mayor, Patrick Brown. He's once again contesting for the position of mayor. Patrick, a very warm welcome on Y Media. How are you?
You're always great to be on Y Media.
Thank you so much. Patrick, there have been many questions raised. Why don't I start away? You know, you missed the debate that we held here at Y Media. What was the reason for that?
So we've received 27 debate invites, and we chose to attend the most prominent in the city. So the Brampton Board of Trade one I attended, the Canadian Association of Retired People debate I attended, the Heart Lake debate I attended. But if you attend every debate, then you've got no time to meet residents.
All right. So you think Y Media, which is covering Brampton so extensively, and it was the only debate which was broadcasted on Rogers, Bell, Telus, Ignite, which serves this community. All these debates that you're talking, they were not broadcasted anywhere on these channels. So, and you've been here on channel many times. So I'm just simply asking because I got a lot of questions from our callers, viewers. They were expecting you here on the debate so that you could be with all the candidates and answering all the questions.
Well, listen, if we had someone had consulted with our schedule, we certainly could have tried to accommodate it. But that didn't happen, and we were already booked. But usually the most prominent debate in the city is the Board of Trade one, which I participated in. But what was disappointing with these debates is I've now attended 3 debates, and the debates I've gone to, we've only had half the candidates. And so, you know, I was hoping to have everyone there, but I guess it's tough to align schedules of 5 people.
Right. All right. One of the things which is, you know, a discussion point is the university. This is one of the cities we do not have a university in Brampton. And recently, the Gulf Humber, we got a letter here. They pulled out of even the talks for the university. The city has really failed to give them any time, attention, and there are many other concerns that are mentioned in the letter.
Well, that's one of the reasons that I've been making this an issue in the campaign. I believe a young person in Brampton deserves the same opportunities as a young person in Kingston, in Guelph, in Waterloo, Sudbury, Thunder Bay, all smaller communities that have a university. But Yudhvir, one of the reasons I'm campaigning hard this election is to make sure we get a strong majority around the council table. Last time, when I was elected, I only had a single councillor supporter. This time I hope to come back with a very, very strong mandate. So on issues like the university, I'm not blocked by individuals that don't see the big picture. As you know, Yudhvir, on March 4th, City Council voted not to pursue a Brampton University. I know There were some existing stakeholders who were lobbying against it. Sheridan, for example, opposed Guelph Humber coming to Brampton. But what I said to the councillors who voted against it is, we can have both a university and a college in our city. And for those that think simply having a college is adequate, they're not seeing the big picture. The big picture is we want to have academic opportunities for young people in our city that are not limited to the college pathway. Nothing against the college pathway. I think Sheridan is a great institution, but I want to have both.
No, but the question remains still unanswered. Why the council unanimously voted to bring in a university?
No, it was a 6-5 vote to stop.
But initially, this one, the Gulf Humber.
They voted.
What I'm saying is, but why would they pull out? Why would they pull out now?
So, Yudhvir, 6 councillors voted to stop pursuing it. 6 councillors said no.
No, but why did we even start the discussions with this Gulf Humber University to bring it here?
I would love to have them here.
No, but they're saying nobody is. No,
so because 6 councillors voted against it.
Are you in favor of that? But they didn't say that the councillors voted against it. Their clear point is.
Well, no, you're wrong here.
No.
So you've Yudhvir.
I have a letter. I have a letter.
Okay.
You want us to show the letter? The letter doesn't say that.
So Yudhvir.
Council didn't vote it. They pulled it out.
Do I have an opportunity to talk?
Go ahead. Yeah.
If you want me to answer questions, I can.
Yes.
We had 6 councillors vote to end the Brampton U advocacy. We had 6 councillors say no to Guelph Humber. And so I would have loved to have them here.
But the letter doesn't say about council. The letter says we were not being responded back. They didn't fulfill our requirements. So.
But Yudhvir,
yeah.
I don't understand why you don't understand this. Yeah. 6 councillors instructed the city not to respond back. 6 councillors voted for the city. We're no longer interested in negotiating.
You're in favor of that?
Yes.
So did you send any letter to them that will bring you, or did you maintain any correspondence?
No, because the council resolution, I spoke to them throughout this. They were very disappointed with the council resolution. The council resolution said not to. So City Hall, the chief administrative officer, cannot act against the instructions of council.
Do you even have a proposed place where we're going to bring in city? Are you in discussions as we speak? As we speak today, are you in discussions with any university, a proposed place?
Yudhvir, I'm a little bit perplexed because maybe you're not sure how
I'm just
Yudhvir, a motion of council is paramount. You understand that?
No, I'm asking a very simple question here. Are you in discussions with any university as we speak? Are you in discussions with anybody that this is the place we want to bring in university? Because people want to know.
Yudhvir.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll try this a 4th time.
Sure.
Right now, the resolution that stands as of March 4th is no university. So we cannot propose a location, we cannot have negotiations when the council resolution says not to. And so, Yudhvir, I'm campaigning saying that if I win this election and I get 6 votes around the table, that we're going to fight for a university, that I want to go back to negotiations. But right now, it would be illegal for city staff to negotiate with the university when the council resolution says not to.
Okay, I have not heard any, this is why I wanted to invite you on the debate, so that we could have a discussion in front of everybody. Any mayoral candidate, any councillor, they're all saying we want a university. I really fail to understand how could any councillor vote against bringing a university in Brampton. I really fail to understand. I haven't come across any single councillor, any single regional councillor, any mayoral candidate who would say we do not want a university.
So, Yudhvir, we had a vote, March 4th. 6 councillors voted not to pursue, 5 councillors voted for.
Anyways, that's why I wanted that, if we could bring everybody on the same
table. But it's very
important
we don't push misinformation, right?
No, this is not misinformation because you're saying...
But right now, Yudhvir, you haven't referenced that we had a council meeting March 4th where it was discontinued. And I don't think that's not fair or balanced not to mention there was a vote of council prohibiting this.
No, you are saying this that the council is voted against. My simple question is that I have not come across any of the councillor, regional councillor or mayoral candidate who is opposing it. Everybody is in favor.
Yudhvir, why don't you ask the councillors who voted against it why they voted against it?
No, they've come on our channel. Everybody wants a university. Nikki Kaur was here. She wanted a university. Gautam was here. He wanted a university. I don't think so. Anybody, this was the reason I invited you to debate so that Nikki's here. She wants a university. You want a university. Then why we're not?
But these other people, Bob and Vidam and Nikki, they weren't at the vote. It was a 6-5 vote of council against proceeding with the university.
Right.
So what I'm saying is, the best question you should have is not the people like Councillor Harkirat Singh or Councillor Michael Palesci or Councillor Paul Vasanti or Councillor Juana Santos or myself who fought for and voted for the university. You should be asking the question to the councillors who voted against proceeding with the university.
No, but they don't say this. Maybe there could be a reason, but they never. Go ahead.
The vote's clear. 6 voted for, 5 voted against. I mean, 6 voted to discontinue. So the vote is the vote.
No, but the residents wants an answer. That's where your leadership comes. The residents are asking.
But Yudhvir,
go ahead.
Yudhvir,
Go ahead.
you should be asking the councillors who voted to discontinue. You're asking me why we're not doing it. I want it. I'm fighting for a university. Councillor Harkirat Singh brought Guelph Humber to the table. He fought hard for it. But we had 6 councillors say no. And so you should be asking the question to them why they said no.
I don't know, because the letter that we got from the university, we clearly have that letter. They're not mentioning. They're saying the council didn't get back to us. That's what they're mentioning there. And none of the councillors.
What you're failing to mention is the council vote to discontinue. How do you cover a story without mentioning the key point that there was a council resolution to discontinue? Frankly, Yudhvir, I think it's dishonest not to mention what happened on March 4th.
Okay, Councillor Pat Fittini was here, Martin Videris were here. We asked them about the university. They were here at the debates. They didn't shy away from the debates. They were here at the debates, and nobody questioned them.
But Yudhvir, you should have. You should have asked them about their vote.
Listen, yes, I asked them. Yes, I asked them about the university.
But Yudhvir, let me ask you a question. Yudhvir, you asked them why they voted against discontinuing it?
No. The question is, are they for the university? They're all saying we are for the university. This is
Yudhvir.
No. You are trying to just confuse. No.
No, but Yudhvir, the vote's the vote.
The question is very simple.
Yudhvir, I'm going to say this.
Go ahead.
I'm going to bring this motion up again. The one that failed. To fight for a university, to offer space, to work on a location, and I'm going to...
Which is the location? Which is the location? You have any location in mind right now for the university? Do you have any location right now? What is the location? You tell me, and I give my word. Here in front of the audience, every single councillor, I will definitely announce that these are the councillors. What is the location for university that you have in mind? What's the location?
The original location that...
No, you have in mind. What's your location?
Yeah. So, by the way, I'm not limited to a location.
But you don't even have a location right now. There was the question for Guelph Humber. Guelph Humber was there. One of the main question is, you're not responding with the proper location. So you don't even have a location. How are you going to bring the university? That is the key question.
No, but Yudhvir, that's false. I'll give you an example with the med school. The med school got approved. They have a location.
I'm asking, do we have a location in Brampton? Do you have a location in mind for university?
There are several.
Okay, what is the number?
So an example.
But for the first university, we just want one university right now. What is your location number 1 for the university? That's my question.
So we have to work with academic institutions, but I'll give you an example. So for Guelph Humber, we were talking about locating them in the Center for Innovation. Algoma University right now is also interested in the Center for Innovation. They're also interested in some additional space in the Garden Square area. So we've been in talks, but right now, just so you know, Yudhvir, the council resolution is not to pursue a university. And the city staff, it would be illegal, continue, it would be illegal for them to proceed against a council resolution that's been passed.
My question is very simple. What is your proposal? Let alone whatever council is saying that. But Mayor wants a university, Patrick wants a university. What is the location? Because that is the first point of start.
I'll give you an example. A great location would be the Center for Innovation.
Center for Innovation. That's the location you propose.
That would be a great one, yeah.
That would be a great one.
But I'm not limited to that one.
Okay.
I think that's a good location. But if Guelph Humber said, or if another university said, we want to locate in the Northwest, if they, for example, the med school, I would love if they will locate in the downtown. They decided a different location. So what I'm saying is, I would love the downtown, but if they wanted to go elsewhere, we'd accommodate that. We'll accommodate wherever they want to grow in Brampton.
Okay. If you get re-elected as the mayor of Brampton, any timeline that you propose that this is my timeline that when Brampton will get a university?
Okay, Yudhvir. Okay, I'll try this again.
Sure.
The mayor is one vote. And so,
if the majority of council votes, this time they will vote, we'll make sure. Don't worry, we're sitting over here now. It's enough for Brampton. Brampton has suffered a lot. We are not getting university, hospital, and I think Brampton residents clearly know this. And one thing our media will make sure Brampton gets a university.
I've got it.
And I think every council will support you. Every council member will support you. I will make sure they will support you.
Do I get a chance to speak in this interview?
In case every council member supports you, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm permitted to speak?
Yes, please.
Okay. So you made the comment Brampton doesn't have a hospital.
No, just one hospital.
No, but Yudhvir, you just said we don't have we haven't got a hospital. The tender has been issued. It's on the Infrastructure Ontario website. Prabmeet Sakaria, who's done a wonderful job for us as Treasury Board President, for decades we got nothing on the hospital. Nothing. They just issued a $1.1 billion tender, the largest healthcare investment in the city's history. Brampton Civic was $600 million. This is a $1.1 billion tender, 24/7 facility, full service emergency department, up to 350 beds. Construction starting this year. So I don't think it's fair to say we haven't got a hospital because the tender has been issued.
No. Brampton just has one hospital. Yeah. I didn't say Brampton hasn't got a hospital. Do you think one is enough? Do you think it's enough?
But my point is we just got the tender issued, so we should not say we haven't got a hospital. We just got it approved.
No, but when will that come? Is there any timeline for that?
Yes, it's on the tender.
Okay, you tell the audience, we cannot say city did this, this is on the tender. The audience wants an answer. You give a timeline that this is the time we'll have a second hospital with 24/7 emergency.
So, Yudhvir, the tender the province issued, the city contributed $125 million. Right. It's a 5-year construction tender.
My only question is, what is the timeline for hospital and what's the timeline for university? Because the audience needs clear-cut answers. This is the timeline for university, this is the timeline for a hospital, any timeline.
So when you issue a tender, you have to abide by the timelines, otherwise there's penalties. The provincial tender is for 5 years.
So that means there won't be any hospital here in Brampton for the next 5 years?
It takes 5 years to build it, yeah.
I agree, but so that clearly means there won't be any other hospital in Brampton for 5 years. No, good, thank you.
So, and I'd say, Yudhvir, I wish that they had approved this hospital in 2006. They didn't. But on my watch, I got it approved.
Okay, for university, anything? Do you think it'll come in 1 year, 2 years, if the council supports you? And I'm sure you'll get a support from the council because most of the council agrees on that one, and I'm sure you'll definitely get a good support this time. So any timeline on the university that this is the timeline for university?
So if I look at the timeline we had for the med school, I got the med school through council. Their first opening class is going to be 2025. So to get the med school ready, it took about 3 years. I suspect if we get a university approved, it would take about 3 years as well. I think it'd be a similar timeline. But the key thing is we have to reverse that 6-5 vote against the university. And for these councillors that voted against the university, give their head a shake. Give their head a shake. It's not right. Young people deserve the same opportunities in Brampton as they do elsewhere.
Okay, what are those councillors who voted against?
The councillors who voted on the motion on March 4th, it was Councillor Fatimi, Medeiros, Williams.
Williams is gone.
Dillon, Bowman and Willans.
Bowman is gone.
Yeah.
So most of them are gone. So I'm sure you'll get good support this time.
Let's hope.
Yeah, let's hope.
But that's why it's important to vote. Any of these candidates who have taken a position or voted against the Brampton University, I hope voters say to them, this time will you support it?
All right. Okay, and let's talk about crime. The numbers have been rising. Everyone has an issue here. Residents are, asking us questions. What are we doing to reduce the crime?
So in the last 4 years, we've added 180 new Peel police officers. I lobbied successful to get us gun and gang funding from the province. It used to only go to Toronto and Ottawa, and I told the Premier, I said, gangs don't care about postal codes and municipal borders. We need the funding here, and good on the Premier, he got us that funding. We also got CCTV cameras for the highways. Toronto had CCTV cameras, we didn't, so I worked with Chief Nish to get us funding for CCTV cameras. Going forward, I've outlined a plan. I believe I'm the only candidate that put out a public safety plan. 250 new officers, additional officers over the next 4 years. 30 staff at 911 headquarters, civilian staff, a tripling of the auto thefts unit. And I would note that I'm proud to have been endorsed by the Peel Regional Police Association as being the only candidate with a realistic plan for public safety. When the men and women in blue endorse me, it means a lot because they know the ideas I've come up with are tangible and realistic. But once again, supporting the police budget request and Chief Nish's request is going to be a vote around regional council. And we continue to have some councillors who say freeze the police budget, and I want to explain to them there are more calls to 911 every day than there's officers able to respond. 93% of the police budget is labor and wages. So if you take the approach of freezing the police budget, you're actually cutting the police budget. And so I'm going to work with Chief Nish and the Police Association to make sure they get the resources to do their job. I don't like the fact that Chief Nish has to pick and choose which 911 calls he can respond to because of a lack of officers.
Yeah, Patrick, again, this is same issue. 4 years have gone by, and I'm not just questioning you because whatever has been happening in the last 20 years, I've been and people are questioning that. I know you've been here only for 4 years, but then the crime has been a major issue. It has not been tackled. So as much as we could hear, we are having additional forces, we are increasing the budget or all these things, which are fine, right, which we got to do. But these solutions are not working. That is a question we need to address.
Yeah, and so, YuppTV, that's why I think rather than the same old approach, you should trust the approach that Chief Nish has recommended, that I've recommended, the Police Association recommended. Why do you think the police officers endorse my campaign? They care about public safety passionately. They're frustrated. When they hear some councillors say freeze their budget, they can't understand it because, if anything, they need significantly more resources to do their job. And around the council table, I have always been one of their most ferocious advocates to make sure they get the tools to do their job. It's unusual when the police union comes out and endorses a candidate, but they said the differences are so stark that I took this initiative, and so I'm honored to have their support.
All right. There were 6 audits happening in the city of Brampton, and that was voted down. Why was that? So,
first of all, I should say we have a proper process for audits. We've got KPMG that does it every year. We've got an integrity commissioner. We have an internal audit process run internally with the city, separate from the administration. We have an ombudsman. And on those council-led audits, it was very political. The integrity commissioner had said nothing wrong. Internal audit, nothing wrong. Ombudsman said nothing worth investigating. But we had 3 councillors wanted to run their own forensic audit because they disagreed with all the independent officers' renderings. And those 3 councillors who ran their own audits, they voted themselves a budget of $100,000, and they finished their budget without finding. It was a witch hunt against Councillor Santos, to be frank. They exceeded their budget, and they came back asking for more, and council said no. And let me say that we have given the benefit of doubt to allegations made. We completed one of the most thorough audits in municipal history with Deloitte. Deloitte spent $500,000 looking into the claims of an individual who's now running for mayor. And they looked at those claims, and the Deloitte report said they were categorically false, that the individual had lied, and they caught her lying. Deloitte was $500,000. So what council did when they ended the 3 councillors that were running their own investigation, a political investigation, council that same day passed a motion that people who make false claims, as articulated in the Deloitte report, should bear some onus for the cost on taxpayers. And so council passed this motion saying, if you make a false claim and you get caught lying, there should be some financial responsibility for wasting taxpayer dollars.
As much as you can call them political, but they are still audits. Let the results come out for public, and let the public decide whether these audits should have been done or not. And you could always say that, yes, here is a cost attached, as you're claiming that there was an extra cost attached. But let the results of that audit come out. Even if it's political, if nothing wrong would be found, you're saying everything is fine in there. So let the audits say that. Let the audits come out. Yeah.
So what question?
The question is, let the audits come out. Would you support that all those 6 audits once again if you become the mayor? Because Nikki Kaur was here, and she says, Nikki Kaur is saying she will bring on all those audits back and she will let the results out.
So we have KPMG do an audit every year in the city. We do an audit every year, but I don't believe audits should be run by a councillor. It shouldn't be a steering committee of councillors. It should be independent.
No, this is an independent body which is running the audit.
No, it was 3 councillors.
No, they could be in charge of the committee, but at the end of city authorized that. City authorized that.
No.
No, city has authorized that.
No.
But then why is city blocking that?
No.
Let them run if they are running. If they are running on their own.
So you'd veer.
Yeah.
The motion.
Yeah. Maybe you see.
You want me to answer?
Go ahead. Yes.
6 councillors passed a motion to have 3 councillors run a forensic audit because they were upset that Deloitte rendered a verdict that said Nikki Kaur had lied. They were upset that the integrity commissioner said that Councillor Santos did no wrongdoing. So those 6 councillors were upset. So because they didn't get their way with integrity commissioner, because they didn't get their way with Deloitte, they wanted to run their own.
No, but let them run, even if it is political, Patrick. My question is very simple. Even if they're running on their own, even if it is political, let those audit reports come out. Why are we blocking that? Why are we voting them down? Let them run. If anything wrong comes out, then we'll face it. If everything is all right, let the reports come out. Why are we blocking that?
But Councillor Bowman already released the report.
No, he didn't. But it was voted down. Maybe he released a partial report. Everything didn't come out.
No, he got the final report and released it.
No, not the 6. All 6 of them. All 6 of audits have not even been completed right now.
The Brampton one he released.
Yeah, you're right. So that is just one of the 6. Just one of the. There are 6 audits happening right now. But just one of the 6. The second was partially blocked.
But I do promise this.
Okay, go ahead.
We do need an audit. And the audit we need is on the $1 million spent on the Brampton barn. We had a councillor put $1 million into a barn that's valued at $30,000 that his wife's organization runs. And so I've had a ton of residents say, this is a diversion tactic that we're seeing with these 3 councillors going after Councillor Santos. They're bullying Councillor Santos. What we really need to look at was the egregious waste of taxpayer money on moving a barn from Caledon, spending $1 million for a councillor's wife's organization. We do need to audit that.
All right. If you get, okay, again, I'll need the specific timelines here. If you get re-elected as the mayor of Brampton, we got specific timelines from Nikki. Every 100 days, she promised she'll come here. She will announce here that this is my 100 days plan. I said, we are okay with any timelines, quarterly, 6 months, monthly, and we are at Y Media ready to offer a platform to anybody. We need specific timelines because the community is asking that for full transparency. You agreed on transparency, every government agrees on transparency, but not many people come here during the election, everyone shows up, but after the elections, they're asking about crime, another hospital in Brampton, university, stadium, so many other issues. But if you get re-elected as mayor, what would be the specific timelines that, okay, I'll do this in first quarter, second quarter, in years or 2 years' time?
So my goal is to be as ambitious as possible, to push these issues forward as expeditiously as possible. I'd like to call a council meeting literally right away to get these projects on track again. I'd love to get the Brampton U project approved at the first meeting. I'd love to get all these files approved right away.
1 year timeline, these are the things, once you get elected as mayor, this is something you would achieve in a 1 year timeline.
So a lot of the projects have already been initiated, and so it's about continuing them. I want the hospital construction to be well underway over the next year. I want us to be at least 50% complete in terms of the preparations for the first medical school class, which is 2025. We've got additional cricket fields we're adding to Gore Meadows. I hope they're ready within a year. We have, at the same time, a goal of hiring 250 new Peel police officers. I hope that we can do at least 80 of those 250 within the first year. I want to see the construction started for the new police division we got approved at Lagerfield Road. We've ordered 150 speed cameras for school safety zones. Right now we've had 50 installed. I'd like to get another 50 installed within the first year. So those are examples of issues that I would love to see implemented in the first year.
All right. Anything else before I let you go? I want to say to your audience that this will be my promise that I'll do in 1 year or 2 years max.
So, I close by saying this. I'm going to continue to clean up City Hall. When I took over, there was an old guard that had their claws into City Hall. And I am determined to make sure we have a City Hall that is accountable, that is transparent. I brought in an anti-nepotism bill that said you can't hire family members if you're a councillor or in the senior administration, because I found out there was a number of council members that had family members at City Hall. I also found out when I got elected that tenders were being renewed without going to competition, and I said and insisted every tender needs to go to competition. I don't want to see any backroom deals of tenders being renewed without going to the marketplace. Competition is in the best interest of taxpayers. And I hope to go back to City Hall with your support, with a much larger mandate so we can move faster in a more ambitious fashion for the City of Brampton. And I'll say, when I got stopped on the Brampton University by council, I was upset. But I knew with the support of Bramptonians that we'd be able to get a mandate to bring it back on the agenda. I had 4 councillors oppose me on fighting Bill 21, which was an attack on religious freedom that says you couldn't wear a turban or a hijab in a government workplace. That's going to the Supreme Court, and we're fighting it. And I'm glad we rallied cities around the country to fight it. I will always do what's right to make sure that everyone in our city, regardless of who you love, where you're born, the color of your skin, what God you worship, can succeed in our city. I think part of the Canadian dream is that you can come to this country with nothing but the shirt on your back, and if you're willing to work hard, anything is possible. I look at my friend Bikram from BVD, a large petroleum company that services the logistics sector. He came to Canada with nothing. Just a few weeks ago, he donated $10 million to Osler Health. And I asked him how he made such a remarkable donation, and he said, because this is possible in Brampton, this is possible in Canada. You can chase your dreams in this country. I'm going to fight to make sure everyone can continue to chase their dreams in Brampton.
All right, thank you very much, Patrick. At this point, we'd like to also invite any other candidates who want the similar time. They can ask for the same time. We'll definitely give them the time if they want. The number is displayed on the screen. There is email also displayed on the screen. If you want a time, we'll give you the same time as we given to Patrick Brown. And if there are any other questions, we'll definitely forward that to you. And once again, we'd like to put it on record that yes, as you were saying about the media, Y Media certainly takes pride that we are the only organization, Brampton Board of Trade only does for Brampton candidates. Y Media is the only organization, including any media in Canada, which has done debates not only for Brampton but also for Toronto, city of Oakville, and also we're doing for other cities as well. I doubt there is any other media organization who has done the coverage this extensively, let alone Toronto Board of Trade, they only do it for Toronto, Brampton Board of Trade, they only do it for Brampton, and there are other media organizations, I doubt anybody has done the debates as much as Y Media has done. This is, we want to put it on record. Another very important point for us, Y Media has never endorsed any candidate. I will be very, very tough on any of the elected representatives at the federal, provincial, and at the municipal level. If Patrick gets elected, we'll certainly ask him questions. If he has the support of the council as well, we'll still keep on asking questions. If Nikki Korji or Bob or Gautam or anybody else, Tony Mrach, if he gets selected, any of these 5 candidates, there are only 5 right now, whoever gets elected will certainly keep on asking them all the questions on the community's behalf. That's our job. We do not endorse anybody. No, Y Media does not endorse anybody, and we give everyone an equal opportunity. Patrick, you're more than welcome to come here before the elections. You're the first candidate who got an exclusive time here. As of now, we have, other than the debates, yes, debate, everybody got an equal opportunity. You're the first candidate we've invited. We have not given any time to any other candidate. But now, since we've invited you, so any other candidate, they want a time, they're more than welcome. And you're also more than welcome to come anytime, or any other candidate, if they wish, they want a time, yes, they can. But yes, we will give equal time to everybody. If they want to wail, it's fine. If they don't want to do that, it's fine. Anything else before I let you go? You want to give your any contact number or anything before I let you go?
Yeah, just remember to vote on October 24th. If you need a ride, let my office know. And it's patrickbrown2022.ca or votepatrickbrown.com. Make sure you express your voice. As they say, you can't complain if you don't vote, so get out and vote.
Yeah, thank you, Patrick. I wish we had more time, but that's all the time that we've been given. So, but maybe next time when you give us more time, we'll ask a few more questions, but I wish you all the best. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you. Take care. Thanks. Bye.
Hi, this is Priyanka Chopra and you're watching Channel Y.
The biggest South Asian media group, Y Media.
Y Media.
Y Media Group, established in 2001, is a media company with a 360-degree approach in reaching our audience over 5 platforms: television, radio, newspaper, online news portal, and mobile app.
Y Media has newspaper, midweek, radio, South Asian Pulse.
Hi, I'm Amitabh Bachchan, and you're listening to South Asian Pulse.
Hi, this is Amir Khan and you're listening to South Asian Pulse.
अब हर दिन सुने GTA का नंबर 1 रेडियो स्टेशन FM 91.9
All English 24/7 television network and Y Media Plus.
You are watching Channel Y. Channel Y.
Prime Minister, welcome.
It's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to be back.
Online, SouthAsianDaily.com, the biggest South Asian media group. Y Media.